This is your 420 Radio News for Wednesday, January 8th, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. Marijuana businesses may be able to access federally controlled banking services by the end of the first quarter. Dan Riffle, a spokesman for the Marijuana Policy Project, told business network CNBC that, quote, everyone at this point is working together, so it's just a matter of having a lot of different government agencies and bureaucracies all on the same page, end quote. Most dispensaries and pot shops in the states that have medicalized or legalized marijuana are unable to open accounts, get loans, and process credit and debit cards because of federal laws that prohibit banks from laundering drug money. The federal bureaucracies involved include Treasury and Justice Departments, the Federal Reserve, FDIC, Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, and others. In the interim, private groups like the ArcView Group and the new High Times Growth Fund have stepped in to raise capital and invest in marijuana startups. ArcView estimates marijuana to be a $1.4 billion industry, and High Times will be raising $100 million for investments. The rollout of Colorado's legal marijuana system has led to soaring value in the world of marijuana stocks. Most marijuana businesses are so-called penny stocks, selling on markets outside the regulations, audits, and disclosures required of companies trading on the large stock markets like New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ. However, one business traded on the big markets, MedBox, the maker of biometric marijuana vending machines, has seen its share value increase by 65% and is now trading at $66 per share with a value of nearly $1 billion. Other stocks with massive growth post-legalization include Green Grow, a service provider for growers, up 77%, Hemp Inc., a hemp product seller, up 100%, and Grow Life, a hydroponics outfitter, is up 475% in the new year. In a surprise to nobody who understands marijuana economics, Washington State is facing the possibility that they'll have too many licensed growers of recreational marijuana. The state has processed some 2,000 applications with another 600 in waiting. Allison Holcomb, who wrote the I-502 legalization law, says that's about 10 times more recreational growers than the state needs. At issue is the fact that the Washington State Liquor Control Board, in charge of implementing the law, is capping statewide production at 2 million square feet, working out to an average of just over 760 square feet, or about a 27-foot by 28-foot garden, if all applications are accepted. This is a concern for the growers who have applied for licenses in 3 tiers, less than 2,000 square feet, 2,000 to 10,000 square feet, and 10,000 to 30,000 square feet, and may see their business plans built around the economics of a large grow dashed when the state requires them to grow far less than anticipated. Buying and smoking a joint are perfectly legal in Colorado, but you may still be fired from your job for a dirty pee test. Colorado's Amendment 64 maintained the right of employers to use drug tests as determinants for firing and not hiring workers. While Colorado has a statute that protects its citizens from discrimination for their lawful off-duty activities, the courts have decided that marijuana's federal illegality trumps Colorado's constitution for the purposes of determining if an off-duty activity is lawful. Washington State has no off-duty activities law, so employer discrimination against legal marijuana use is the norm there as well. This situation mirrors the dilemma for patients in most of the medical marijuana states that have no protection for their legal medical use of marijuana and may be discriminated against for their off-duty pot use. Currently, only Arizona, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, and Rhode Island have any employment protection for patients, and even they allow exceptions for employers who'd be punished for not drug testing patients. In an interview this weekend, former director of the Peruvian National Drug Control Commission, Ricardo Soberon, called on his South American country to follow the example of Uruguay and consider the legalization of marijuana. Quote, let's open a forum that deals first and foremost with the health issues and secondly with safety and the implications of marijuana use, said Soberon. The possibility of removing the criminal element from the cannabis trade, a drug that is a lot less dangerous than others, is the answer to 50 years of repeating the same strategies with no results, end quote. Peru, like many South American countries, has legalized consumption of marijuana. An adult may carry up to 8 grams, or a little over a quarter of an ounce, but cultivation of marijuana and the sales of marijuana are still considered crimes in the South American country of Peru. This has been your 420 Radio News for Wednesday, January 8th, 2014. I'm Russ Belville. When we come back, we go behind the headlines for more numbers from the CNN poll we reported on yesterday, showing 55% support for marijuana legalization nationwide. In these numbers, we'll find out how many people in America believe marijuana is safer than alcohol. You're listening to The Russ Belville Show on 420radio.org. We'll be right back.